nerds, what's up? Today we are going to be doing a review and it's going to be on The Diviners by Libba Bray, and I'm really excited to talk about this. My fact of the day is that our live show for this book just happened for the Bibliobook Club on the Bibliothon channel, so if you're interested in hearing all of our thoughts and feelings from all 7 of us girls, then I will link our live show down below and you guys can check it out. This is going to be a spoiler-free and then a discussion video after I warn you for spoilers, but you're safe for now, so let's do this. The Diviners. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I actually listened to it on audiobook and I think that that was a really great choice. The audiobook is phenomenal. It's just so good. The narrator is amazing. It like really made you feel like you were in the 1920s, like what? It was so good. This book is about a girl named Evie O'Neil who gets in trouble from her parents who live in Ohio, and she's forced to move to New York City as punishment, but she knows that it's not really a punishment. She's actually really excited to move to New York because she considers her a modern girl of the 1920s. She has her hair cut short and her parents are very old-fashioned, so she's really excited to move even though it's supposed to be a punishment. And she knows that she has this special power, and that's why she got in trouble. In the first place, people think she's lying when she's actually telling the truth. When she moves in with her uncle in New York City, she comes to slowly realize that there are more people like her than she thought, and so she starts learning more about it. There's also a murderer on the loose in New York City, so her uncle ends up helping with the investigation because he knows all about different kinds of religions and stuff. That's what his work is all about. And this killer happens to be writing weird religious symbols on his bodies that he's killing. She ends up helping her uncle with the mystery murder, and things ensue. There's other things. You're meeting all kinds of characters throughout the story that have something to do with being a diviner, which is what they're called, those with the supernatural abilities, and it's just really great. So much stuff happens in this book. This is a big book, but I didn't find that there were any long lulls of like boring fluff in the middle of it, or just like plotting to plot or anything like that. I felt like it was always moving. We were always getting more information. We were always moving towards the mystery because it is a mystery story. I do want to say that the multiple point of view can be a little confusing. I think that it was more confusing through the audiobook than it would have been if I had just been reading it. Because it's an audiobook, you're listening to the same narrator, and I couldn't always tell that there had been like a break. I didn't know when there was a break like this in the chapter, which sometimes I think points out that it's been a character change. I wasn't noticing those because I was listening to it, not reading it. So that was a little bit confusing, but it wasn't detrimental to the story. The characters are all really great. Our main character, Evie O'Neil, was kind of annoying in the beginning. I didn't really like her. I thought she was very fluffy, like not a lot of substance to her personality. But then as the story goes on, you start to realize more and more that she really is a person who is real and has actual emotions and things. So I thought that her character development really was a nice arc there. Sam Lloyd annoys the shit out of me and I don't like him. I still don't like him at the end. I don't know why he's a ship. Why do we always have to ship our main character when she's female or at all? And not a fan. My favorite relationship and my favorite 2 people in the story are Theta and Memphis. They were cute. I loved Memphis's chapters on his own with Isaiah. I loved all of that. I loved getting to hear in the audiobook the different accents as well. Like the second that Memphis shows up, the writer did an awesome job of showing that he's from Harlem and not from New York City, and that he's probably black, and then eventually you get a description that he's black. Like they did the accents very well and I really enjoyed it. I thought Mabel was kind of irrelevant. Why was she in the book? Like I didn't really get it. I didn't really grasp that Evie and Mabel really cared about each other. From the very beginning, I thought Evie was just kind of using her as like, oh, it's a person that I'll know in New York City that's my age. we've got a few different characters that end up being not good people. I really liked the surprises that happened in relationship to some of these characters that I'm not gonna name, obviously, because we're spoiling free. But I loved our bad guy. I loved the whole aspect of our bad guy. I loved the mysteries. I loved the figuring it out. I loved everything. Listening to the audiobook was really cool because the bad guy sings a song and whistles, and so she actually whistled the tune and sang the tune, and so that was like just a little added extra perk of listening to the audiobook, is you actually got a creepy song to listen to. So a couple of times I was listening to this on my drive home from work at night, and I was just like, oh, I'm not a fan of listening to this at night. I do want to talk about some specific plot points that I really enjoyed, and I can't do this without spoiling you. So if you haven't read the book, this is where I will leave you. I come back when you've read it so that we can talk about some crazy plot points that happen in the story. It was just so good. And I hope you guys will pick this book up if you haven't already and enjoy it, because it's great. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, spoiler people! We need to talk about Blind Bill, because what? What? Why did he do that? Why is he killing people? Why did he try to kill Isaiah? I like Isaiah. Isaiah is cute. Why are we hurting him? He doesn't need to be hurt, and he's cool, and he tells the future and stuff, and that's really cool, and I thought I liked Blind Bill. That was weird. I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it because it was entertaining, and I just was like, holy shit, but I didn't like it. The scene where we first meet Naughty John, I'm going all over the place in this. The scene where we first meet Naughty John with the Ruta Vitowski or something, when we are in Ruta's perspective, when we meet Naughty John for the first time, we watch her death basically. Oh my god, I got the chills. That was such a good scene. I enjoyed it so much. Why is Jericho a robot? I just thought that was weird. What's happening? Okay, and now we need to talk about Project Buffalo and everything that's revolving around Project Buffalo, because what is Project Buffalo? I need to know everything. I hope that we get some explanations in Layer of Dreams, because what is it? And what does Sam's mom have to do with it? Because Sam Lloyd's mom is involved, and my question is, are there this many diviners everywhere? Like, are they that concentrated, or was it all coincidence that all of these diviners happen to come together? You've got Theta is obviously a diviner because we don't know what's happening. I'm really curious to know what happened. Memphis, Isaiah, which they're brothers, so okay. Sam, Evie, possibly Will, which again related, plus Naughty John was in New York. We have all of these people who just so happen to meet, and they're all diviners. So like, is it that they subconsciously knew to come together? Is it that something's happening like with Project Buffalo that's like making them want to come to New York? Was it the fact that Naughty John was trying to like reborn himself, and so the diviners were naturally coming together even though they didn't know it? Like, what power is behind that, or is it just all coincidence? If it's really all just coincidence, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. The climax with the creepy fucking brethren coming out of the walls? Ew! What? Ew, it was so gross to listen to, and I was imagining it, and I was just like, ew, I don't want that to be happening in my house. I just imagined the walls like melting, Harrison Ford via the copper coming out of the wall, and then slowly just like the wall melting off of them. Ew, that's so gross. Ew, so that was really disgusting, but it was really intense. I really enjoyed the scene of the climax with Naughty John. That was really great. Again, 4.5 stars out of 5. Comment down below all of the thoughts you had on the diviners. Make sure to check out our live show to get more in-depth conversations from all 7 of the Bibliothon girls. It's linked from the Bibliothon channel, so it'll be on there. Follow me on all my social media sites. I use Twitter and Snapchat the most, and I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye!